So Miami just lost their third defensive end to the transfer portal, and this guy was a former 4-star top 100 recruit. What's going on, Canes fans? Now, before we dive in, make sure that you are subscribed to this channel if you want to stay up to date with all the transfer portal craziness. I'll be doing my best to keep everyone in the loop. Now, if you're already subscribed, you could maybe like the video if you're into that sort of thing. So technically, Miami had 2 players enter the portal today, but one of them was practically already not on the team at the beginning of the season, and that would be junior cornerback Malik Curtis. Curtis really never saw much action as a Miami Hurricane, and when he did, it was primarily on special teams. There was always this big debate amongst Canes fans if Curtis should play corner or wide receiver, because he's definitely fast. I mean, he was a track and field standout in high school. But for some reason, it just never really panned out for him here at Miami, and at this time, he's not released any sort of official statement. The next player that entered the portal is defensive end Cyrus Moss. Moss was a 4-star recruit from Mario's first class back in 2022. He's roughly 6'6", 200 pounds, and he will have 3 years of eligibility remaining. Now, the biggest issue with Moss, at least in my opinion, and I think that a lot of Canes fans will agree here, was probably his inability to put on weight once he got to the college level. He has a lanky frame, and he's probably really just not a fit for the style of roster that Mario is trying to build. Miami also already has multiple 4-star edge rushers in the 2024 recruiting class, so there's a real possibility that that room is going to be quite crowded in 2024. Now, Moss definitely carried some hype coming into Miami, but in the end, he only ended up playing in 2 games in 2 seasons, recording 1 tackle. Now, he did release an official statement on his Twitter account, so we're going to jump over and take a brief look at that. He said, "Thank you, Miami. I am forever grateful for the opportunity. I won't forget the family I've gained here. I wish nothing but the best to Canes football organization going forward. At this time, I will be entering the transfer portal." And then, of course, he posted some pictures of him at Miami. So that now makes 10 players from Miami officially in the portal if you count kicker Stone Springman. Now, before I give a quick transfer portal quarterback update, because I know that's still the hot topic right now, I would like to show you guys both Leonard Taylor and James Williams' official statements as they announced that they are leaving and entering the NFL draft. Now, we already covered their decisions on this channel, so we were already aware of this, but at the time when I posted those videos, they hadn't actually put out official statements on social media. So I would like to relay what they had to say, and we'll start here with Leonard Taylor. He said, "Hurricanes Nation, thank you for the past 3 incredible years at the U. It was a privilege to play for the University of Miami and to represent my hometown of Miami. I want to thank all of my coaches for your guidance and support in helping me grow to be the best football player and person that I can become. Thank you to my mom and my family for being there for me each and every day. I will continue to do everything that I can on and off the field to make you all proud. With all of this being said, I will be foregoing my remaining eligibility and entering my name into the 2024 NFL Draft. Thank you, Hurricane Nation. It's been an honor to play in front of you, and you will always be part of my journey. Please continue to support me along the way." Now, I would like to add that I do believe that Leonard Taylor does get drafted. I still kind of think this is a mistake. Obviously, I wish him well. He'll be fine. He'll do well. So mistake, actually, let me backpedal. Mistake is not the right word. It's not a mistake. I just believe that he really could have possibly solidified himself as a great Miami Hurricane when you talk about, great former Miami Hurricanes players. And I think that he really could have increased his draft stock with 1 more season. But I do think he'll be picked up, and he has to do what's right for him. He's not me. Leonard Taylor has to take care of Leonard Taylor. Also, we'll take a look here at James Williams' statement. He says, Miami Nation, first off, I want to start by thanking God. Without him, none of this would be possible. And I loved how he capitalized the H in him. That was really little cool small detail there from James. He goes on to say, I'd like to thank my teammates for supporting me and pushing each other to be great. Also, big thank you to my family for being by my side through the good, the bad, and the ugly. Thank you to all the coaches that have played a part in getting me to where I am today. Their guidance and support has meant the world to me. I am forever grateful for all they have done and will continue to do for me. Finally, I'd like to thank the fans. Thank you for cheering for me and my brothers through thick and thin. I hope you know that I gave my all for this team and this city every single day. With that being said, I am announcing that I will be foregoing my remaining year of eligibility to pursue my dream of playing in the NFL. Thank you for everything. Go Canes. And down in fine print, I already kind of moved away from the picture, but in fine print at the very bottom there in small letters, he said, I would also like to shout out Coach Coop and his YouTube channel.
Are you sure about that?
And how about to close this thing out, we talk quarterbacks in the transfer portal because there are a few guys that are no longer on the table because they've made an official decision. Now, neither one of these guys were really takes for Miami, in my opinion, but the Georgia transfer, Brock Vandagriff, I'm actually just going to bring you guys over to On3, the tracker, and we'll just take a look. Brock Vandagriff from Georgia has decided to commit to Kentucky. Big surprise. I think pretty much everybody saw that one coming. And Tyler Show from Texas Tech has committed to Louisville. So neither one of those guys are available any longer. But there's a lot of talk about a particular transfer that I don't even know if they have him on this list yet. They might. I see him. I just scrolled past him. There's a lot of talk about DeQuan Finn from Toledo, and there is talks about there being mutual interest here. Him interested in Miami, and Miami interested in him. Now, a lot of people do believe that he's slightly underrated after winning MAC Player of the Year this year and throwing for 22 touchdowns. He's 6'2", 205 pounds, and is definitely a dual threat. He rushed for 563 yards and 7 touchdowns this season. I like those numbers. Would he be my number one pick for the Canes? Probably not, but he's definitely on my list. And I would have to say that he's probably higher on my list than the James Madison transfer, Jordan McLeod. And I talked about Jordan McLeod in my previous video, and the fan base appeared to be split. A lot of people didn't like his height. They said that Jordan McLeod is too short at 6 foot. Well, I mean, DeQuan Finn here, guys, is 6'2", so maybe that'll make Canes fans happy. Now, not to burst your bubble after just talking this guy up, but Wisconsin has shown serious interest in Finn. However, just keep in mind that a lot of schools are going to be throwing money around, and there are going to be multiple visits that take place for a lot of these players. And I do think, at least at this time, he's expected to pay Wisconsin a visit. But a lot of schools are going to be picking up the phone and reaching out to this guy and all of the big-time transfer portal quarterbacks. And of course, all eyes are on Cam Ward right now, and I know that he's at the top of the list for many Canes fans, but there are rumors swirling around him and Ohio State after they lost Kyle McCord, but nobody really knows for sure right now. Let's just be honest. Would they be interested in him? Absolutely, but so are a lot of other teams, including Miami. Now, the good news is that most of the big-time transfer portal QBs that Miami appears to be interested in are still available. And luckily for us, it seems that at least a handful of them have mutual interest in Miami. The big issue here is time. You know, we don't have the luxury of waiting weeks and weeks to make a decision. Things are moving quickly. So I'm hoping that this coaching staff, is making moves. And I do believe that they are. They understand how the transfer portal works, and they know that this is a big time decision for the program. So let me know your thoughts down in the comment section below. What do you think about Daquan Finn? I saw a lot of people on social media once his name popped up saying, who is this guy? I've never heard of him. Quarterback from Toledo? Why would we want him? If you watch some highlights of him, you look at the stats, I think that he's a pretty good football player. So my question to you is, would he be on your transfer portal quarterback wish list? And if he is, where would you put him? I understand that there's obviously a lot of love for Cam Ward. A lot of people have him at the top of their list, but there's still some other big-time guys in there. I mean, I'm looking over here at the list. Of course, you guys know that I still kind of like the James Madison transfer. There's still a lot of love for, who else do we have here? There's still a lot of love for Will Howard. I mean, a lot of people are still interested in that guy. So just let me know if he would make your list, if he would be on there at all. Let me know your thoughts on him. Remember, though, guys, we're all one big happy college football family. But at the end of the day, I got to say, it's always better when you get to rep the U. Coach Coop, peace out. I'll see y'all in the next one.